Well, hello and welcome for the first time this season to everybody around the world, and we have for you a clash of two teams with very similar intentions. A statement win at the expense of the other would be the ideal scenario for both. A flying start is certainly required. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. We have already started here. Iniesta completing his first century of appearances here today, and that has not gone unnoticed.
Yeah, this is the first big landmark he'll hit, Peter, so I'm not sure he sees any real significance in it, but to me, it's a foundation that can only stand him in good stead for the remainder of his career.
Szoboszlai, camera. Now it's Alvarez. Iniesta. And here's Alvarez. Foot in. Now it's Messi. Now, can they get him away? Well read, and the danger is averted. Greece with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Alexander-Arnold plays it short. Can he finish? Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Kirkchu. Now that looks a decent ball. Alexander-Arnold plays it in. And he's taking no chances there. Valencia are looking to go forward now. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
In with the challenge. Oh, the ball's gone astray. He's got away. Oh, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned.
Well, I think the referee would have told him to rein it in or suffer the consequences.
Timber. Valencia still without a single shot on target. Now it's Messi. Knocks it out wide. Oh, what has happened here? And he's gone backward here. Has a shot! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. Kirkchu! Goal! Greece! And it's Greece who take the lead. An act of charity gratefully received.
Well, you've got to give him credit for pressing so quickly there.
Greece have fired themselves in front.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Now it's Vinicius, and the shot! Doué is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Looking to play him in. Palmer tries a shot! In he goes again! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Palmer really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Corner number 3 coming up. Alexander-Arnold. And a chance! It's loose now and they want to get it back. And now they can spring out of defence. He is through here. It's Iniesta! Oh, the ball's run loose here. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it.
I think it looks as if they're going to try and whip this one in with pace.
So, another set play. Szoboszlai receives it in a wide position.
just as I thought, Peter. It looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. Some good, persistent defending here. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
He's going for goal! That comes as a mighty relief. Stones.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Valencia couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. That's a nicely shaped ball.
Vinicius Junior.
Little doubt, that is a foul. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Camera. Szoboszlai. And it's Timber. Stones. Camera. It's Gavi. Played back. And it's Szoboszlai. Oh, lovely bit of skill.
2 minutos de descuento.
Great vision. And it's an excellent interception. Looking for a runner. Can he latch on to this? Vinicius Junior. And he welcomes it in. And the first half is done.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 24. El dorsal 20.
And the action is back underway.
El dorsal 10.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about...
That could spell trouble. Big chance, must be! Real chance! And it's in! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven... Oh, that is asking for trouble! Valencia come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
Palmer. Iniesta. Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. And he is going into that little black book.
Yeah, they look as if they're intent, Peter, on stopping him outside the laws of the game, so the referee is going to have to be very alert here.
Stones. And it's De Jong. Szoboszlai. To Camera. Knocks it into space. Shot could be on. Chance, surely! Now, who's going to be first to this? Kamara.
Mission 1 has been accomplished, so why not continue with the same approach?
Neither of these two want to come off second best. Maradona will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Maradona going face-to-face with his great rival.
Wow, look who's involved.
Szoboszlai. And it's Maradona. Camera. Bouts of passing here, really easy on the eye. And the pass is intercepted. He's a sharp little ball here. Thinks about the shot. Oh, shooting chance! An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him. So their fourth corner of the game. Alexander-Arnold with the short one. De Bruyne! Valencia perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Szoboszlai. Now Timber. Stones. Now it's Alvarez. Aimed beyond the defence. And it's Iniesta. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. He's in a great position here. Rice. Vinicius Junior. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. De Bruyne! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
They're up to 5 corners now. Timber gets it away. And now a sudden chance to counter. Camera. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Rice with the foul. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. De Jong. Maradona. Now he's got space here. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper.
Greece clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Alvarez. Camera. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
Iniesta, the man with the tools to make a difference here. Kilitshoy, out to the right. Iniesta. It's gone out for a throw-in.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
And he's made sure that's not getting through. Maradona. Tries to play it through. Palmer. Maradona.
Habrá 3 minutos de descuento.
Oh, easy pickings there. Gavi going full tilt down the left. Maradona. Maradona. Oh, he's onto this, and he's managed to get free. Oh, what a climb! Alvarez gets flagged offside. And that is as far as it goes. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end, not for the want of desire, drive or determination. No complaints. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix of action.
It has come to that time when everything is starting to fall into place. This a game of massive significance, potentially pivotal, very, very little margin for error. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already.
Alessandro Costa Curta, he doesn't have what you'd call a classic centre-back's physique, does he?
No, but his game is never really about athleticism, power and the physical stuff. He never has to let it be.
Yeah, it's interesting because he's still become considered one of the greatest defenders of his time. How's that?
Well, it's characteristics like leadership, his class, his tenacity. He's nigh on perfect reading of the game and all done with immaculate discipline.
Oh, that is asking for trouble. Camera. And Iniesta. Pau Torres. Camera. Iniesta. Pau Torres. Valencia finding their passes. Now it's Bale. Lee Kang in. Bale. Bale stood his ground strongly. Oh, shooting chance! That was mighty close. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to...
Mbappe! And he has kept it out somehow.
Mbappe is offering a wry smile there.
And we have our very first corner. Bale goes short. Now it's Bale. Played back into the centre. Shapes to shoot! And that's straight down the keeper's throat.
Vieira might be slightly consoled by at least hitting the target.
Iniesta. Valencia are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. To Camera. Valencia looking to pass their way through. Pau Torres. And it's Iniesta. And it's Szoboszlai. Now it's Alvarez. Szoboszlai. In with the challenge. Mbappe. And here's the chance to counter. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Vieira concedes a free kick for that. Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned.
He just needs to find the control button on his aggression before the ref does it for him, Peter.
Alvarez. Gavi. And Torres. And it's Gavi. Gavi going face-to-face with his great rival. Pau Torres. That's good running with the ball. There's the shot! He scored! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Gavi. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Now it's Szoboszlai. That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. Looks to me as though this is probably a little too far out for a shot. Superb from Szoboszlai! About as smooth as it gets. And the lead lost no time at all.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
Well, that was wonderful in every regard. Vision, concept, and considerable accuracy.
Well, he made it look effortless, clearly a training ground perfectionist.
Valencia grabbed the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Lee Kang-in, Bale, Mbappe. Kyle Walker. Szoboszlai. And it's Walker. Maradona. He's in a great position here. Lee Kang-in can so cleverly bypass the press. Davids showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Musiala receives it in a wide position. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. It's a pretty loose pass. And that's put paid to a promising move. Now, can they get him away? Now it's Musiala, and it's made its way to him. Bale. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Pau Torres. And we hit half-time. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. So your views on the first half?
Well, I don't think either side will have too much to complain about or worry about, Peter. 1-1 is a fair reflection of the game so far. So it'll be fascinating to see how both teams go about trying to establish a little more control in this second half.
That's been a decent 45 minutes. Competitive, certainly, and a goal each.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 11.
So it's back to business.
El dorsal 8.
That has been cut short. Valencia come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
Rafinha. Musiala. To Camera. Kyle Walker. Szoboszlai. Iniesta, the man with such great vision. Camera. Iniesta. Camera. And it's Szoboszlai. Iniesta. Iniesta will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Passing is crisp and sharp. And no, that was never going to make it. Looking for options for movement. Davids. And it's Iniesta. Szoboszlai. Pau Torres. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Iniesta powering forward here. 60 minutes played. Played out towards the right wing. Iniesta. Valencia do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Davids has found the net here, of course. Lee Kang-in. There he goes, motoring forward. Szoboszlai. And it's Iniesta. And Maradona. Camera. Musiala. And it's Pedri. And Torres. Camera. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Now it's Maradona. Tries to pass it through. Real chance! It's there! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
It was wonderful vision to see the movement ahead. And how about the weight of that pass? Ideal.
Big chance! Oh, surely that deserved better.
Rafinha deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
It's their second corner of the game. And it's been taken short. And it's Hernandez. Oh, that's nice. Hernandez crosses. And that should get the job done.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
There is that. Takes a shot! Chance again? No.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
Timber. Maradona. Alvarez. Knocks it into space. Expertly cut out, really nicely done.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 42, el dorsal 13, Iniesta.
Hernandez.
Serán sustituidos por el dorsal
Alex Vieira.
16, el dorsal 10. Se va a
Gaizka
llevar a cabo un
Mendieta.
cambio de jugadores.
Mbappe. Camera. It's Pedri. And it's Lopez. Foot in. Played back to the goalkeeper. Oh, given away. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Camera. Szoboszlai. And it's Lopez. And it's Lopez. Fermin. Fermin takes control of it and he's on the move.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Very much into the last knockings. Driving on and making good progress. Well read, and the danger is averted.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Habrá 2 minutos de descuento.
Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. Camera. And it's Maradona. Alvarez. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very good. Alvarez claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. Terrific recovery, a really fine win that, Jim Beglin.
Well, what we've seen is a team that refuses to accept the game might have just got away from them. They stayed true to their style and turned...
So bring it on. Height, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Well, we're on the way. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Harry Kane. He's a deadly finisher, Peter, obviously, but he can contribute much more than that for his team. He's got the physical presence to hold the ball up and the awareness to bring pretty much everyone else into play. His best attributes, however...
Soboslai! Oh, denied brilliantly!
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And it's Soboslai. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know. And they're on him in a flash. Fiore, delivered with swing. De Gea deals with that nice and simple. Neymar. Soboslai. He's a sharp little ball here. Incoming, oh, smashing header! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
Well, it wasn't the best pass, was it? The apologetic look says it all, really. He knows he could have got his team in real trouble then.
Camera. And it's Maradona. They're battling for the right to play in the early stages. Vitinha. Neither side yet able to find the net. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Fiore driving forwards. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Camera. Here's Maradona. Camera. Soboslai. And that has left him in a heap. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Stones does really well to win the ball there. Fiore. He's in a great position here.
When it's delivered early like that, defenders just can't get themselves set.
Camera. Can he get on the end of this? Decent chance! He's scored! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
So we have our breakthrough.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Neymar. Iniesta. Albert Ferrer with the foul. And he is going into that little black book. Camera. Looking for options for movement. Fermin.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Now somewhat off target. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
That's a throw. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Vermin. Camera. And it's De Jong. Maradona. And Fermin. That pass has been well intercepted. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
So off we go once more.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Fermin. De Jong. And it's Maradona. Camera. And here's Alvarez. Palmer has it out wide and in space. Delivers. He's got all. No, he didn't quite meet it right. Albert Ferrer. Marquinhos. Always a very imposing presence at the back. Neymar. Neymar. Can he finish? Oh, off the bar! Fermin. Valencia still trailing by one and looking here to take it up a notch after the break. Szoboszlai
are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Thinks about Neymar! Now, who's going to be first to this? De Jong. To Camera. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
Out towards the flank. Neither of these two want to come off second best.
Such good technique.
Lovely feet. He's got away. Camera. Palmer. It's gone out for a throw-in. Ah, good steal. He just read it. Maradona. Stones. More and more pressure on the ball here. And it's Stones. For Szoboszlai. Alvarez. Now, can they get him away? Palmer. Palmer going face-to-face with his great rival. Szoboszlai. Iniesta, the man with such great vision. Oh, that is a good ball to find him. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
va a llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores.
That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Lenormand. And back to the goalkeeper. And Lenormand. Neymar. Maradona. And it's Iniesta. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Palmer. Palmer will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Oh, it's come loose. Taken back almost at once. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Xabi Alonso gets rid without sophistication.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 44, el dorsal 13, Iniesta, el dorsal 4, el dorsal 10. Serán sustituidos por
And there's green grass ahead of him.
7.
Great chance! And it's in! And there's the goal they've been looking for. And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now, and surely, Peter, we're not going to see any complacency after that.
Szoboszlai. Great vision.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
He's shifting through the gears here. Chance for a shot! A wonderful effort, all by himself.
Hazard can really show some outlandish skills, which is always welcome and obviously refreshing.
Timber. Szoboszlai. Pedri. Played out towards the right wing. And it's Maradona.
Habrá 2 minutos de
Szoboszlai. And that's played in low. Oh, he's had a shot! It's in! Drama at the death! Is there time for one more twist? The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Well, my sympathies go to the...
And that will be the final act. One of those games that many would have felt no one deserved to lose, but sentiment counts for nothing here, and at the margins, it was decided. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking? Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And we're underway. Well, it's a formation, this, Jim, with a packed midfield, isn't it?
Yeah, and it allows for a lot of flexibility, Peter. You know, combative without the ball, expansive with it. It's a system that's naturally going to ask an awful lot from your central striker.
Big header! It's hit the crossbar! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
I don't need to tell you he got underneath it, and there's only one place it can go.
Let's do it. It's a pretty loose pass. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, can I bring Ousmane Dembele to your attention? He's been described as a phenomenon and one of the very best. That's high praise indeed, and we've seen some great flashes, but he still has a long way to go to fulfill all of that potential.
Yeah, the easiest way to make a difference is to score, so no argument there. It's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Camera. Rijkaard. Oh, that's well spotted. Marquez. It's Gavi. Camera. More and more pressure on the ball here. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Well, he has slightly undercooked that one. Oh, what's he done? Dembele! No mistake! Kyle Walker. Maradona. Musiala. Marquez. Quarter of an hour played. Passes coming off in quick succession.
Such
here.
good technique.
He's picked his way through. That's a throw. Played back towards his own goal.
They're really getting no time to think on the ball here.
Now it's Gavi. Alvarez. Valencia are enjoying the lion's share of possession, but nothing yet to show for it. Albert Ferrer. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Camera. And it's Maradona. And they're not going to make any further progress now. He's in plenty of space here. He gets big! And the header is disappointing in the end.
Well, the manager clearly has to react to this and tactically change what's happening.
Oh, what has happened here? Gavi. Marquez. Alvarez. That was good pressure, just hounded him off it. Messi did well to step in there, that was more than necessary. Timber makes the interception. Timber. Doué. Now it's Doué. Doué's cross, and he shoots! Oh, not this time, but a lot of applause for the thought.
I think we can expect a few more of those now. Better timing was all that was required.
Albert Ferrer. Tries to play it through. Now it's Alvarez.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
And it's lofted through here. Well, there's no such thing as a bad time to score, but this would sure be a good time. Kyle Walker. And it's Soboslai. Now it's Alvarez. Van Dijk producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. And he plays one through. Can he finish? Soboslai. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Maradona. Now it's Alvarez. He's shifting through the gears here. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Walker promptly onto that, and that is that. Timber. Kyle Walker. And it's Timber. Camera. Rafinha, of course, a dribbler of outlandish ability. And that'll be the final action of the first half. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think they can be very happy with the flow of the game so far. They're moving the ball around very nicely. They're creating opportunities too. They must need to find a way to add that touch of quality in front of goal, that extra clinical edge.
An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0. And the second half gets underway. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. Well, that pass isn't the best.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Alvarez. Messi. Tries to pass it through. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Do it. Turns back here, probably the best option. Gavi. And that's clear cut, it's a free kick. Messi has been booked, just to confirm, for that earlier incident.
Yeah, and the ref told him it was coming, and he still failed to heed the warning.
Zanetti. It's Vinicius Junior. Szoboszlai. Maradona. Alvarez. And it's Musiala. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Zanetti. Still absolutely nothing to report here, goals-wise. Now it's Rafinha. Rafinha. Looking to play him in. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Oh, that's well done, really robust. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Gavi. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. A deeply frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0. He's got away. Oh, that's a key interception. Albert Ferrer. And he's managed to get free. Gavi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Played back in. Great defending, strong and determined. He's going for goal! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Szoboszlai clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper. There's a defensive height advantage here, Peter, but of course it's not guaranteed to work.
Absolutely, they're certainly not as big as those trying to stop them.
Substituição para o Porto. Número 19. Número 6. Messi. Número 20. Vão dar os seus lugares a...
Szoboszlai with the short one.
Número 4.
Szoboszlai.
Neymar.
That's a good run down the left.
Hazard. Está a proceder-se a uma substituição.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. And it's Gavi.
There's nothing more infuriating for a fan than seeing passing without penetration. They're just stuck in a rut.
Good running, strong and purposeful. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. It's a promising position. Can he finish? Valencia perhaps contemplating their next change here. Hazard plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Oh, super find.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Neymar. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Passes short and sharp. Oh, super ball! Alvarez.
This is the time you need that pace.
And it's Gavi.
This has been a better game than the scoreline suggests, and it really does merit a goal.
For Marquez. Oh, he's caught him there. It's a free kick.